Cars rushed past on the Lagos highway. In the middle, a black Bentley sat dead by the shoulder, bonnet up, sun burning the metal. A tall man in expensive Navy suit stood beside it, sweating and worried. His name was David Coleman, a famous billionaire CEO. His driver and 2 guards waved at passing cars for help. A roadside mechanic had tried and failed. A tow truck had come and left. No one could fix it. Then a thin voice rose from behind the crowd. "I can help," the voice said. People turned. A poor pregnant girl stepped forward from under the bridge. Her gown was old and torn. Mud stained the hem. Her natural hair scattered around her face. She held her big belly with one hand and kept walking. Some people laughed. Some whispered, "How can a homeless girl fix a billionaire's car?" David looked at her. He could see she was tired and hungry. He could also see something else in her eyes, a calm, steady kind of knowing. "What's your name?" he asked. "Zara," she said. "Please let me try." One guard moved to stop her. David raised his hand. "Let her," he said. Zara set her clay-brown eyes on the engine bay. She did not shake. She touched the battery hold down and frowned. "Loose," she whispered. She checked the ground strap. Dirty. She bent, wincing from her belly's weight, and tightened the battery clamp with quick fingers. She scraped the rusty ground point with a coin's edge until it shone, then wrapped it firm. Her right hand slid along a thick cable. She found a weak connector near the fuse box, pushed it in, and clicked it tight. She checked one more wire, nodded, and stepped back. "Try it now," she said. David slid into the driver's seat and turned the key. The Bentley roared to life. The sound was deep and smooth, like a lion waking up. The guards jumped. The small crowd shouted. A bus driver honked. David blinked hard. He looked at Zara as if she had moved a mound. Tane. Zara swayed. Her hand flew to her belly. David rushed out and caught her before she fell. She whispered, "Please don't let them find me." "Who?" David asked, but before she could answer, her eyes filled with tears. Before the roar of the Bentley, before the crowd and the heat, there was a girl in a happy workshop. Her name was Zara, and her father's name was Kemi. He was a popular mechanic, the kind people trusted with their cars and their hearts. He whistled while he worked. He laughed with customers. He let his daughter stand by his side and learn with her hands. "Watch the sound, Zara," he would say. "Engines talk. You must learn their language." So she listened. She learned the hiss of a bad hose, the cough of a tired battery, the tiny click of a loose relay. By 17, Zara could fix a car by herself. People called her in secret to repair stubborn engines. They gave her small money, and she saved it in a red tin under her bed. But not everyone loved Kemi's bright light. Some men at the workshop felt small beside him. They whispered. They frowned when customers smiled at Kemi. Jealousy grew like a thorn bush. One night, when Zara had just turned 18, shadows came to their home. The men wore masks. They broke the door. They did not take phones. They did not take money. They took peace. There were shouts. There were 2 shots. When the men ran away, the house was quiet in a way a house should never be. Zara held her mother's hand and called her name. She pressed her father's shirt and begged him to wake up. The sun rose, but it did not bring warmth. Then came her father's brother, Uncle Tunde. His face looked hard like a locked gate. He pointed at Zara with cold eyes. "You planned this," he said. "You wanted their money. You called those men." Zara cried. "Uncle, no, I loved them." But he did not listen. He sold the house. He pushed her out. He left her with a bag of clothes and a name covered in shame. The bridge in Oshodi became her roof. The ground became her bed. Night was not quiet there. Night had hands that reached and voices that lied. Zara learned to run. She learned to hide. But one bad night, she was too slow. Rough hands grabbed her. She screamed. The world spun. Then darkness. When she woke, her gown was torn. Her body hurt. There was no one to help, no one to believe, no one to hold her while she shook. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Her belly began to rise. People pointed at her and called her names. She did not answer. She cried when no one could see. On the morning that changed everything, Zara stood up from her place under the bridge and wiped her eyes. The sky was clear. The sun felt heavy. Her stomach was empty. "Maybe someone will bless me today," she whispered. She walked toward the highway, one hand on her back, one hand on her belly. Then she saw the black Bentley. "Who are you?" David asked, his voice soft with wonder. "My name is Zara," she said. "My father taught me. He was a great mechanic until—" Her voice broke. The story spilled out. The workshop, the love, the night of masks, the uncle, the bridge, the attack, the months of pain. She told the truth like a river that could not be held back. David listened with his whole face. When she finished, he looked at the running Bentley, then back at Zara. "No one could fix my car," he said slowly, "until you came. You saved my day. Let me save yours." Zara blinked. "Sir?" "My name is David Coleman," he said. "You're safe with me. Get in the car. From today you will not sleep under a bridge again." One guard cleared his throat. "Sir, with respect, bringing a stranger—" David turned. "She is not a stranger. She is Zara. She is brave. She is smart. Unlock the back door." Zara looked at the open door and pressed her belly. The seat looked soft, too soft for someone who had slept. On concrete. She stepped closer and then stopped. A glint of black under the front fender caught her eye. She crouched carefully. There, zip-tied to a frame rail, was a small box with a red light half hidden by dust. Wires ran from it to the area she had just fixed. Zara's heart jumped. She had seen a device like this once at the workshop. A nasty little thing someone used to make a good car act sick. Her father had called it a trap for proud men. She looked up, scanning the crowd. A black SUV had just rolled to a slow stop behind the Bentley. Its windows were dark. The driver's door opened. A man stepped out. He wore a cap low over his eyes. On his right wrist was a leather band burned with a small letter T. The letter cut into Zara's mind like lightning. Uncle Tunde, no, this man was younger, bigger. But that T, that mark, it pulled on an old, terrible memory. A hand with the same band gripping her father's shirt the night the shots rang out. Zara shot to her feet. "Mr. David, wait!" she cried, pointing at the box. "Don't drive! Someone did this on purpose!" The guards reached for their radios. The man by the SUV paused, turned his head, and started walking toward them slow like a cat. The red light blinked faster. Each flash cut the air like a drumbeat. David's eyes narrowed. "What is that thing?" he asked. Zara's grip on his sleeve tightened. "It's not part of your car. It's a device. Someone planted it to make the car fail. If you had kept trying to drive, it could have destroyed your engine or worse." The guards snapped into action. One shouted into his radio. The other pulled David back. The crowd gasped. And then the man with the T on his wrist stepped fully into the sunlight. Zara froze. That leather band, that burnt mark. Her chest rose and fell quickly. Her mind hurled her back to the night her parents were killed. "It's them," she whispered. "The same peep." The man smirked and walked closer. "Sir Coleman," he called, his voice deep, oily. "Step aside. That girl is mine." David stepped in front of her. "Yours? She's not yours." Who are you? The man tilted his head. Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is she should never have touched your car. His eyes locked on Zara. We warned you once, didn't we, girl? The guards moved fast, guns drawn. Step back, one barked, but the man only laughed. Do you think your billionaire money can shield you from everything, Coleman? His smile widened. This girl, she's carrying a curse. And now you've invited her into your life. David clenched his jaw. Remove that device. Arrest him. But the man did not flinch. Instead, he tapped his leather band twice. The red light under the car blinked solid, then stopped. Silence, then pop. Sharp hiss of smoke burst from beneath the bonnet. The crowd screamed and scattered back. When the smoke cleared, the device was gone, melted into ash. The man with the band gave a mocking bow. You're welcome. I just saved your car from exploding. But next time, Coleman, don't pick up strays. He turned and strode back to the SUV. The SUV roared to life. It sped away, swallowed by Lagos traffic. David turned to Zara, gently lifting her chin. You knew him, didn't you? Tell me everything right now. Tears slipped down Zara's face. She nodded slowly. That band on his wrist. I saw it the night they killed my parents. Her voice shook. And now, sir, they found me again. The ride to Ikoyi was silent. When the Bentley rolled through the golden gates of David Coleman's mansion, Zara gasped. The house rose like a palace, lights glowing against the dusk. Sir, I don't belong here. David turned to her. Zara, after today, you belong here more than anyone. You saved my life. Inside, the mansion glittered with chandeliers. Zara blinked at the white marble floor, afraid her dirty slippers would stain it. Give her a room in the East Wing, David told the chief maid. Everything she needs, clothes, food, comfort. That night, David sat on the edge of Zara's bed. I need you to tell me everything, he said gently. About your father, about that night, about this Tunde. Zara's hands trembled. Tunde is my uncle, my father's brother. He hated how respected my father was. The night my parents died, I saw a man with that same wristband. Her voice cracked. My uncle blamed me. He said I killed them. He threw me out. David listened. You were a child, he said finally. They broke you, Zara. But you're not broken anymore. Why are you helping me, sir? You don't even know me. David looked at her for a long moment. Because I know what it feels like to lose everything. My wife left me because we couldn't have children. My house is full of gold but empty of joy. And then today, a girl carrying pain greater than mine saved me. Maybe God sent you here. Suddenly, bang. The sound exploded from outside the mansion. Guards shouted. Boots pounded against marble. David jumped to his feet. Zara gasped, clutching her belly. Stay here, David ordered, but Zara stumbled after him. One of David's guards lay flat on the floor, blood spreading across his white shirt. The mansion lights flickered. Somewhere in the dark, a voice echoed, David Coleman, we warned you. The girl does not belong here. Screams rippled through the mansion. Guards ran in different directions, weapons drawn. David grabbed Zara's wrist. Stay close to me. Another bang shook the walls. Glass shattered somewhere inside the house. Two guards rushed up. One was limping, blood running down his arm. Sir, they breached the east fence. They're armed. The wounded guard looked grim. They call themselves the Black Crows, sir. Mercenaries, paid killers. Zara's chest tightened. Black Crows, she whispered. That's them. They worked with my uncle. Take her to the safe room, David barked at the guards. Zara shook her head. No, please. Every time I hide, they fit. And me. David stepped closer. Zara, listen to me. You've carried this pain alone for too long. But tonight, you're not alone. I'll protect you. The guards led them toward a hidden steel door behind the grand staircase. But just as they reached it, the mansion lights went black. Darkness swallowed everything. Emergency lights flickered on, but too late. Shadows moved fast across the hallway, masked men dressed in black, rifles raised. "Down!" David shouted, pulling Zara behind a marble pillar. Bullets cracked through the air, chipping stone. Guards fired back. Then, through the chaos, a deep voice boomed, "David Coleman!" Everyone froze. From the shadows, a man stepped forward. Tall, broad-shouldered, his mask off. His face was scarred, his eyes cold. On his wrist, the same leather band. The letter T burned into it. Zara gasped. "It's him, the one I saw that night." The man's gaze locked on her. "Ah, the girl. I wondered how long you'd last." He sneered. "Your parents screamed your name before they died. Did you know that?" Zara's chest heaved. "Why? Why did you do it?" The man's smile widened. "Because your uncle wanted the spotlight, and because your father stood in our way." He turned to David. "And now, billionaire, she stands in mine again. Give her to us, and we'll walk away." David stepped forward, steel in his tone. "You'll have to go through me first." The man chuckled darkly. "Then you die with her." He raised his hand, his men lifted their rifles. In that exact second, Zara did something no one expected. She rose from behind the pillar, her pregnant body trembling, but her eyes blazing. "You killed my parents!" she shouted. "And you think you'll take me too? No, not this time!" She grabbed a broken piece of marble from the shattered floor and hurled it at the blinking emergency light overhead. Crash! The light burst, sparks raining down. Darkness swallowed the hall again. Gunfire erupted in the pitch black. David grabbed Zara's hand. "Run!" They sprinted down a side hallway as shadows and gunfire tore the mansion apart. They burst into the safe room, a steel-walled chamber hidden beneath the mansion. Guards sealed the door behind them. For a moment, silence. Then the steel door rattled. The scarred leader's voice thundered from outside. "David Coleman, your money can't save her. Open this door, or we burn your mansion down." Zara's chest tightened. Then sudden pain tore through her body. She gasped, clutching her belly. David's eyes widened. "Zara, you're in labor!" The pounding on the steel door grew louder. Zara cried out, her voice sharp with pain. David held her hand tight. "Breathe with me. You can do this." The chief maid hurried over with towels and water. "Sir, she's too weak. If we don't get her to the hospital—" "No," David snapped. "If we open that door, they'll kill us all." Zara's scream tore through the room, echoing louder than the gunfire outside. She pressed her forehead to David's arm, tears streaming. I can't do this alone." David bent low, his lips near her ear. "You're not alone anymore." Outside, the black crows pounded, furious. Inside, the room held its breath as Zara pushed with all the strength left in her. The pain was sharp, unbearable, yet something fierce lit in her eyes. Defiance, survival. The fire of a woman who had been broken but refused to stay down. Minutes stretched like hours. Shouts grew louder outside. Then at last, a cry. A baby's cry. The room stilled. The maid lifted the small, wrinkled child wrapped in white cloth. "It's a boy." Zara collapsed against David, exhausted, tears on her cheeks. The baby's cry cut through the fear like light. David's eyes burned. He looked at the boy, then at Zara. You gave life tonight, while they brought only death. The pounding on the door suddenly stopped. Silence fell outside. The black crows were gone, but Zara knew it wasn't over. This was only the beginning.